Alrighty, Mama Redbook, what you making today?
We're gonna try to make a chocolate pie, see how it turns out, and hopefully we'll have something tonight good to eat for supper.
Yeah, I love your chocolate pie. You're using a pre-made crust. You always do that.
It's quicker and
ain't worth fooling around with, huh?
This is all thought out. It's ready to take out of the pack. I got my oven preheated to 375 for it. Need to make sure and put some little air holes.
That's going to keep the crust from bowing up when it bakes, because you're going to pre-bake it a little bit, huh?
Yes, we're going to bake him completely. Alrighty, we got him ready. Got our oven already heated. And we're going to put him in and let him bake for, let's go ahead and set our timer for about 11 minutes.
Alright, so we'll keep an eye on that.
In the meantime, we'll go ahead and we need
unsweetened chocolate.
Yes, make sure it's unsweetened.
So you're shaving him up, huh?
Yeah, it's easier to melt.
So you're going to end up with some nice shaved chocolate. And now
yes,
you're going to get a little bit of sugar?
Yes, we're going to take 1 cup of sugar and add that. And then we're going to take 5 tablespoons of cornstarch. You need 5 tablespoons. That thickens it. 2 and 5. And then we're going to use 1/2 a teaspoon of salt. We're going to mix this up and turn it on medium heat. And we're going to gradually add 2.5 cups of milk. Because you don't want it all lumpy, so you want to just add it gradually, and I have it on medium heat.
How well do you have to incorporate it? Do you have to get everything stirred until it's all mixed and liquidy?
Well, you want to get it, you don't want lumps in it, so, because, this is cornstarch. That was 1 cup. Let me go ahead and get the other one.
Look at you, you're doing some big time multitasking right now, huh?
Yes, let me go ahead and grab him out. I'm going to set him aside. The crust is ready.
So that's all baked up and
yes.
Waiting on you?
I'm not good at this.
Well, you look like you're doing all right.
Now, this is our 2nd cup.
So how much milk are you going to add in here total?
2.5 cups.
Okay. And is it important that you add the milk in slowly and do it like you're doing it?
Well, you don't want lumps in it. So we will add this.
So now you got all your milk, your sugar, your cornstarch, your salt.
I'm going to just add in my chocolate, stir it until it comes to a boil.
But that's why you shaved that chocolate, so it would melt in there easier.
Yes.
And you're heating it slowly, right?
Yes,
because it's kind of warm. It's not very hot right now.
Yeah, and in the meantime, let me go ahead and get the eggs ready.
So you're separating the yolk from the whites for 3 eggs?
We're going to use the yolks. We'll go in the pie, and we'll use the egg whites for the meringue. We need 3 of those. Okay. Give those a little whisk, because we're going to add some of our mixture of chocolate into these and temper it when it's time.
Well, this is a pretty slow process, because you probably had this saucepan going now for about 5 minutes already, and it's still not even close to a boil.
Oh no, if you're waiting for something to boil, it's going to take all day.
Alright, so it's steaming away, it's starting to thicken up.
We want to get all that chocolate melted. Yes, see, it's getting darker. You can see it still has a few more little specks in it that needs to get melted.
And it's really darkened up here just in the last minute.
Yes. Looks like they're all about gone.
So it's a very simple recipe. It just takes a little bit of time and stirring, huh?
Yeah, stirring is the worst part, because you just stand here like forever, it seems like. Okay, let's go ahead and set our timer. We're going to go ahead and set him to a minute. Let him boil for a minute. And then we're going to take him off and temper him into our egg yolks. We have to temper him, because if not, we will have scrambled eggs. You can't just throw the eggs in here. 1 minute, okay? We have our egg yolks ready. I'm going to put a spoon of chocolate in here, and you're going to stir him
So if you're making this by yourself, you need to make sure you have 3 hands.
Well, I've done it before, but you know, it's kind of awkward, but...
Yeah, it's always easier if you've got an extra hand around to help temper it.
Because it will...
And you're doing this so we don't end up with scrambled eggs.
Okay. Now that's great. Yeah, because if you throw that stuff into that hot stuff, it's just going to scramble them completely.
Getting every last drop in there?
Yep, you want all of it. Putting back on the stove here.
Okay, so you still got it on medium heat?
Yes, and we're going to bring him back to a boil. And then we're going to boil him again for 1 more minute.
Is it starting to bubble?
A little bit, yes. Okay, let's go ahead and set him for a minute.
So another solid minute of stirring.
Yes, the minute is up, and let's go ahead and take him off.
You turned your burner off now, huh?
Yes, we're going to add our extracts now. We're going to use a 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. We're going to use a 1/2 teaspoon of the almond. The almond gives it a great taste. Mix it all up good together. We're going to add this into our pie shell.
It looks nice and thick and chocolatey.
We're going to set that aside.
Now while your chocolate gets set up, you're going to fix your meringue, huh?
Yes, we're going to take 2 tablespoons of sugar.
You got a little saucepan?
Yes, 2 tablespoons of sugar, and we're also going to add 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. And we're going to take a 1/2 cup of water and add to the cornstarch and sugar.
Got it on medium heat again?
We got it done on medium heat, and we're going to bring it to a boil until it gets like a clear, see it's milky? It's going to be clear.
More opaque than clear.
Yeah, when we get our meringue all mixed up, we're going to add this. So when we do our meringue, we're not going to add quite as much sugar because this will already have 2 tablespoons in it. Because you put 2 tablespoons to 1 egg. That would be 6 for 3.
You sound like you were a solid B math student, Mimo.
Well,
Starting to steam a little bit.
yeah, it won't take but a few minutes because that's only a 1/2 cup of water. See, this is...
Starting to thicken up.
Yeah, see it? That's what we're going to... This is what we're looking for. This is all we're going to do.
Well, that's not clear.
Well, you see that
Just
clear
kind of
looking?
opaque.
This is what I'm looking for. Is that. Now, in the meantime, we're going to let this cool while we get our meringue taken care of.
So to make sure this is cool, you're going to put it in some cold water.
And then we're going to add it.
So now we go to the next step.
Yes. I already have my egg whites here. We're going to add a 1/4 teaspoon of the cream of tartar.
Now you used to not use cream of tartar.
I have before.
So you kind of, sometimes you do, sometimes you don't?
Yes.
You think it's going to help because of the humidity?
I hope so, but time will tell.
So now you got just a little hand mixer?
Yeah, I'm going to use this. This is my turbo, so I'm going to use this instead of the big one. Okay, this is the sugar. We're going to...
Okay, so you went ahead and whipped it for just maybe 30 seconds, huh?
Yeah, just, you know, just to kind of get it frothy.
Now you're going to add in 2 tablespoons of sugar?
I'm going to add in 2 tablespoons of sugar here. We're going to do it some more. Okay, we're going to add 2 more.
So you don't want to add in your sugar all at once?
No, you don't want to just put in your sugar all at one time, no. It's going to take a little bit. Let me
So how long have you
stir
been blending
that.
him? Now you're giving him a
this
stir, trying to cool him down?
Well, this is pretty cool. So we're going to go ahead and add him.
But you don't want to add this in hot.
No, because it will break your eggs down. So you definitely don't want to add him in hot. It's just a very, very lukewarm.
And that's thickened up quite a bit in that cornstarch.
Yes. Okay, let's see what kind of peaks we get. Okay, let's do in some more because
What are you looking for?
well, you want them peaks to kind of stand up a little bit more. Okay, I think this just about ready here.
Alrighty, well you whipped it for a while. Can you over whip it?
Well, I hope not. I'm sure you can.
Alrighty, so now you got your nice thick meringue.
That's only 3 eggs.
I tell you, you whip those eggs up into a furious dome.
I hope he turns out good.
Alrighty, so you got that whole bowl of meringue sitting on top of that pie now.
Yes.
And you're gonna cover him all around, huh? Have every inch of that chocolate covered up. You're covering up the crust a little bit.
Yeah, I wanna get him to where he don't like pull back and have a lot of.
Oh, okay. You're giving yourself a little insurance there.
Well, hopefully.
Alrighty, so what you doing now? You giving it a
Just
chop?
making him stand up a little bit.
It makes the top more interesting when it bakes, doesn't it?
Yes. I have my oven already preheated to 400, and we're going to stick him in.
You put him on a pan so he's easier to get in and out?
Yes. And we're going to let him brown. We'll see what happens to him. Beep, 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 beep. Okay.
And take a gander at it?
Yeah, you know, he's getting good and brown there on the top. Let me take him off of this pan here.
Well, why do you want to take him off the pan?
Well, that pan might be interfering with a little bit of the brown. We're going to take him off of here.
All right.
Now, let's go ahead and just stick him back just like that for just a few minutes. And then we'll check him and see how he's doing, okay?
All righty. What are you doing? We're shooting a video. You need to be 100% committed.
I know you're going to edit that. Get that off.
100% committed.
Look at this here.
Not 50. Not 75, but 100.
People are going to think you're not a serious baker. You're just
You're just
baking
doing
in
that
between
stuff,
your
isn't
phone
he?
calls.
Beep, 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 beep. We're going to go ahead and take him out and check him. I had taken him off of that pan to see if he can get a little browner. See, he's done quite well around the sides.
Yeah.
So we're going to set him back on the pan because it's going to be easier for me to pick up, hopefully.
So you took him off that pan so he'd get a little browner on the edges.
Yes.
Alrighty.
And we're going to put him up here.
So that's it. So your pie's done now, huh?
It's ready. We're going to let him get nice and cool. And then when we cut him, we'll see how he is inside and how the meringue does.
Well, that looks perfect, Meemaw.
Well, I hope he's just as good inside and cuts as well as he looks.
Alrighty, so how long we got to wait? Let him cool. It's going to be a while, isn't it?
Oh, it's going to be a while because it's
So now
100 degrees outside.
we're just going to have to be patient.
You have to be very patient.
So it is the next day. So this had all day to set, and we had it cooling in the fridge. It looks pretty perfecto. A nice little pointy meringue top on there. What do you think, Meemaw? What's the most difficult thing about cooking this pie?
Stirring it until it gets thick.
Yeah.
It just takes time, but other than that, it's really easy. I'll let you do the honors.
Alrighty, well then you're going to have to be the camera girl since I don't have camera girl here.
Oh, well then give it to me.
Well, there you go. I'm making this kind of big, so this might
Well,
be
that's
my
okay.
piece.
Well, that's good. That's your piece
Might
for
be
sure.
mine.
Let's take him out and see what he looks like.
Uh-oh. Here, I'm going to follow it over here. I'm going to put it on your plate because it's...
Okay.
Alrighty. Now let's go back over here and check it out. Look at that. Looks pretty good. There's no moisture in here.
Oh, well, that's great.
That's the bad thing with the pie. You know, sometimes when you cook a pie, you know, you'll get water that'll collect in the bottom of the pan.
It's from a lot of humidity and stuff.
I don't see any there, so that's good. Now let me cut you out a little piece here, Mimo. Give it the taste test.
It's good.
It's bueno. Now you're going to eat that thin piece. You're going to want another piece after this?
No, later today.
Later today? I don't know if there's going to be much left later today. That's what happens when you got to share pie with me. You got to be quick. definitely give this chocolate pie recipe a go. You know I'm going to have it written down below if you want to print it. Just go over to myfoodchannel.com. You can print all our recipes over there. Thanks for watching and subscribing. Give it a thumbs up and all that jazz. And we'll see you in the future. Say so long, Mama Redbuck.
So long. Have a good day. Forget that. Just so long.
All righty, Mima. I do the editing.
Okay.
I do the editing.